welcome back. How have you been?
I've been good. Maternity leave was incredible, but obviously too short. It was hard to leave my little girl, but it's good to be back. And I was anxious about coming back, but it has gone so smoothly. She's done great. I've jumped back in without missing a step, so it's been nice. And I missed my friends here, so it's been nice to see everybody.
Is there anything new with work?
We did go through some staff changes while I was gone, so that's been interesting to come in and meet new reporters and whatnot that were hired over the summer while I was out. But in general, most of it's the same, Forecasting hasn't really changed, and we've still got the same weather system computer system that we had. So, and Jeff and Byron are wonderful as always. So, cool. No major changes.
Awesome. You went from being off for, I forget how many weeks, but however many weeks you were off, and then
2 months.
Yeah. So you were gone for 2 months. So in 3 words, what was it like to come back from that to being here?
Anxious, exciting, exhausting. Being a working mom is not for the weak.
A scale from 1 to 10, how bad do you miss baby girl every day when you're here?
Oh. I don't want to say 10, but I don't know, probably like an 8 or a 9. I do miss her a lot, but I'm also really busy when I'm here. So it's like driving away is the hardest part. Once I'm here, I'm so busy. I'm focused on what I'm doing. And then I feel like I'm so focused on that, I don't have sort of the time to really miss her. But when there's some downtime, it's like, I wonder what she's doing right now.
What is something big or small that motherhood has already taught you?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm certainly, I think, more patient because you have to be patient with babies. So, they can't communicate, so you have to just sort of work through trying to figure out what's wrong when they're upset, or sometimes babies just cry and you have to just hold them and wait it out and hope for the best. So I would say, patience.
I heard that you have a big family.
Yes.
Are you planning on continuing the big family train?
Oh, we'll see. We're taking it one kid at a time. But I am one of 5, so I grew up with a lot of siblings, and I enjoyed having that big family. But we also still live close to my family, so my baby girl is going to be growing up around cousins and whatnot. So either way, she'll be surrounded by a lot of love. But for now, we're taking it one kid at a time. We'll see.
I love that. How have you been sleeping?
Actually, not horrible. The first little bit was rough because she was eating every 2 hours day and night for basically the first month. And then she finally started to spacing out those nighttime feedings more, and now she actually sleeps for most of the night. She usually goes down around 10 o'clock and sleeps until about 5 a.m. That's as good as you can ask for.
Did you question continuing working full-time and becoming a first-time mom?
I knew it was going to be hard. More than anything, I wondered if I was going to be able to handle my schedule, because my schedule changes a lot. I was worried about the lack of consistency. So I'd be lying if I didn't say I had at least thought about maybe doing something different. But we do need my income, so it was I never really thought about quitting working entirely. As wonderful as just staying home with her all the time was with maternity leave, we just couldn't afford to do that forever. Yes, and I'm happy to be back, and I feel confident that I made the right decision in staying.
Yeah, that's good. If ever one day they choose to have a baby, do you have any advice for them when it comes to being full-time and obviously being a full-time mom as well?
Ooh. First of all, make sure you can lean on your team. If I was working with somebody different, not Jeff and Byron, I think this would be a lot harder. They're both dads. They understand what I'm going through. They've, it's been several years, but they've done the kid thing before. And they've been really, really helpful and supportive and picking up slack when I needed a little more help and things like that. Both when I was pregnant and now that I'm back with a new baby. But then also just be prepared, especially if you're breastfeeding, for how exhausting that part of it is, and for how much of a pain pumping at work is going to be. I know that's maybe a little TMI, but that has been like one of the hardest things about coming back, is having to like carve out little times in your day to stop what you're doing, go pump, come back, having to, you know, store bottles of breast milk in the, you know, fridge where everybody's keeping their lunch. Like, this is, you know, that whole part of it has just been, I don't know, a little harder than I thought it would be.
Give me a few descriptive words of baby girl.
Oh, she's perfect. She's really sweet. She is. She's really sweet. She's, you know, I don't like using the term a good baby because there's no bad babies. But she is really good. She doesn't cry a whole lot unless she's either hungry or upset about something else, uncomfortable in some way. She's funny, which is funny to say for a 2-month-old, but she's funny. She, you know, makes these faces, and she's getting just old enough now where she'll actually interact with you a little bit. You know, she responds to her toys and things like that, and she's a cut up, man. She's got a lot of personality, and I think she's funny. She makes me laugh anyway.
Oh, well, welcome back, Arden.
Thank you. It's good to be back.